Yeah. Hello, guys. Welcome to the special zone. My name is Peter Celestin Bahemana. I'm hosting, and today I'm having a very special guest. His name is Ernest Boniface Makulilo. That's just simply the name we know, but we would like to actually get to know more about him. I'm not the one to tell you about him. He is the one to definitely tell us about him. So, Makulilo, you're warmly welcome.
Thank you so much. It's my honor to be here today to have this special conversation with you.
Great. It's an honor to have you. I know it's not a struggle to get you, but some other people will be struggling to get you in actual sense. The world might be asking, some people know you through the social media, some others don't know you. The world might be asking, who exactly is Ernest Boniface Makulilo?
Yeah, that's a very good question to start with. Myself, it is a very difficult question. It looks like simple because sometimes you lose identity on both sides. So we grew up in the same neighborhood. I was born and raised in Kigoma, my hometown in Tanzania, in a very large family, one of 13 children.
Yeah.
I'm number 11,
Yeah.
so if you put the family planning, I was not supposed to be part of the Makulilo, maybe.
Sure.
Then I'm blessed to have a very good family, which was very inspiring, very educative, focused more on education.
Yeah.
So I had the opportunity to study well and get good guidance from the parents and the siblings. Now I live in the United States, naturalized US citizen. Out of that, I'm more as a content creator, someone who is focusing more about helping others to get information, mostly about scholarships and immigration.
Okay.
Why these two topics? Because it's the dream of many people to go to different countries, but some people, they use a wrong path. So my job is to give you the proper ways on how one can go to another country.
Definitely.
But then what if you're in that country? Then the other part, how are you going to succeed in those countries? Because we don't want you to go to America, to go to Sweden, and to be the bad example. Because once you leave your country, go to another country, you are ambassador of the country.
Yeah.
So any mistake you do is entire Tanzania and Africa at large. So that's what I'm trying to do on that particular end. But also I'm book writer. I've written 11 books so far.
Congrats.
Very so much.
Yeah.
On the way to write 100 books. So, yeah.
On the way, so you see traveling.
Yeah, I'm still on the way.
Yeah.
And out of that, also, I'm a family man, married with 3 kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guys, that is Ernest Boniface Makulilo. He's just having a lot of. I do believe being originated from Kigoma, our homeland, all the way to United States of America, throughout your career growth as well as living age-wise is concerned, you might have already found your own path, which in actual sense sometimes makes you unique. Just the question comes in, what makes you unique? Do you believe that you're unique?
I'm a masterpiece.
You're a masterpiece. So is masterpiece making you unique?
Yes. When you are born, you are going to be identified from your country, obviously. Then there is a tribe. We are from Africa. Then there is individual family. Is the behavior of the family. Being number 11 out of 13, so no matter what you do, you become like part, or you're just another Makulilo. Yes, it's good, but the challenge is no matter you get even Division 1, you get all A's, whatever. Yeah, so what? Your brother have done that, or your sister have done that. So part of me, what I'm doing also making me identified as a separate individual. That's why out of my entire family, I'm the only one who had the dream to live overseas. My brother and sisters, they've studied overseas, but they didn't plan to live there.
Just to live there.
Study there, come here, go to do presentation, do research, do whatever you want to do, but they are always working in Tanzania.
Yeah.
So number one uniqueness for me, since I was a child at the age of 13, my dream was to live in America.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so that's obviously unique that at that age you plan that something big. Yeah. There is no internet. How do you go there? But you still have that belief. So that was number one. But number two, what make me a little bit more unique is to find the things which is part of the family, but the things which I went through to make it easy for other people.
Yeah.
I'm not competing with anybody.
Yeah. You're just competing with your own self.
Yeah, I'm just have my goals. So that's why, for instance, I went to America through the scholarship.
Yeah.
My job is to make sure that also other people get a scholarship.
Yeah.
Go even to better school than the school I went to. That's number one. Number two, I wrote the book. I want other people to write books. I encourage people to write books. I don't care whether I become a bestseller, but my job is to guide people the same or similar path what I went through. You are looking for jobs, this is how you get jobs. So for another uniqueness is for me not to worry too much about other people, but how can I be like the middleman, make you as this I'm the bridge for you to go through somewhere by giving you the correct information.
All right.
So that, I mean, sometimes people say, why do you do that? And I don't do by charging people money. I just do because that is what defining me. Because when I was trying to go to America, I was trying to find how many people are already there. They are okay to carry the hand of someone. People don't need money at this moment. People are not asking you, give me this amount of money. People want to say, how did you go to America?
Yeah.
How did you become a US citizen?
Yeah.
How did you write a book?
Yeah.
How did you manage to put your book on Amazon? How did you start to have a successful YouTube channel? But just saying, oh, post how many times, record using this device, use this type of, it doesn't cost me anything. So that's why another part of my uniqueness is there.
And the aspect of uniqueness drives me to the understanding of the words you have been saying to us as we are growing. I remember you were telling me and some of our friends that I will one day live in America. That has been a dream. That has been a thing. You have actually been talking. Guys, this guy has been talking about being in USA ever since we are growing. And to me, I did not take the way he took it. I believe in the aspect of imagination. That's what you imagined was not in everyone's head.
Yes.
Now, speaking of how far you have gone, a lot of things that you have done and you're still doing, I know you are so good in what you're doing. That's what I know. And I know you are very strong and influencing type of person I have ever met, despite of the age-wise and the experience that we actually had together. Speaking of Makulilo Scholarship Foundation, I remember it was in 2006, if I'm not mistaken. We had been together at the University of Dar es Salaam.
Yes.
And by then it's when I heard of this idea. You remember telling me about the Fulbright programs and the plans, the way toward getting to America, and the focus that you are going to have your own scholarship program. I don't take it, I actually took it lightly in those days, but I saw you doing it, and it has gone to viral to the extent that you have helped a lot of people. I believe it has been hassle in making it.
Yes.
It has been actually challenging to you, but you stood there to make sure that you make it. I have a question that the world would like to get to hear from you. What actually are the challenges that you might have experienced in the process of, establishing it, but again engaging people to understand the value of scholarship and actually the successful story behind what you've been doing for at least 13 years today? Yeah.
That's a very good question. There are so many things to unpack that question. There is the aspect of success stories, but the biggest part of it, we just go back how it started. The biggest challenge, because I started posting scholarships while I was a University of Dar es Salaam student. I opened my blog.
Yeah.
People cannot believe anything you post because they want you to be one among the examples. They say, okay, if you're posting about these scholarships, about going to America, going to Europe, why are you still here?
Inclusive.
That was the biggest,
right?
Yeah. So that is the biggest challenge. The challenge was people to believe that this is the way to succeed.
Yeah.
But why are you not succeeding? You are not there.
Yeah.
They have a very good question, but not everybody. There are some people. I'm thankful that I went there. That means later it was easier because I'm talking to go to America because I'm there. But there are some people can tell you how to go there, but they don't want to go. They fail to go themselves. there are very great coaches in Premier League or in the world. They are normal players. They are not all them. There are very few coaches like Zinedine Zidane. Very few were the best as players and coach, but majority of them they are not.
Yeah.
So that was the biggest challenge for me. Number one. Number two challenge I faced was obviously I was trying to focus more about helping more Tanzanians.
Helping more Tanzanians. That was segment.
So I was just, even videos, putting the Swahili videos, doing this. I was just more, I want more Tanzanians to do this because you go to over there, very few Tanzanians. Yeah. Just like how it happened to Jesus, like the focus was Israelites.
Israel.
But later they say they beat him, whatever, so he came to save the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, I broadened up. That I'm not focusing only for Tanzanians. I came to realize that what I'm doing, there are so many people in Africa, in Asia, in Latin America, they have similar dreams like mine.
Yeah.
So I had to change the language, I have to change the messaging, I have to change how I do. So even like if there is a scholarship for specific Tanzanians, I'll find a platform to post, but I'll not post it on the main channel because that one is for the entire world. And if you look like Kenya, US, Ghana, Sierra Leone, those are my top four, then Dubai, UAE, whatever. So it's just now more global in that particular sense. So that's another part. Like the challenge was people to trust you. So you have to do, you also have to trust yourself, meaning that you have to continue to do the same thing over and over until you are going to make it.
Yeah.
So one of the things, like you have to know that YouTube with Google are the same, like owner is the same person. Yeah. So what you are going to post on social media, if someone goes to do a Google search of that similar topic, they will go to get that information. So for instance, because I have posted so many videos, about green card lottery, for instance, or about scholarships. So if you're looking at scholarships for Africans, in among the top 1, 2, 3 search results, you'll find my information.
Definitely, I've done
so it helps me because I've been consistent to do over and over.
Right.
So that is something, that one.
Okay.
Well, let's go to the success.
Yeah.
First of all, I divided the success into different categories.
Right.
Number one is my own success.
Your own.
In the sense that when I give that information, someone is using, whether you get it or don't get it.
Yes.
I'm very much happy.
All right, satisfaction.
Because there are different categories of people. There is one person want to go there, maybe, but you have very, very low GPA, but you didn't know that that GPA was low.
Yeah.
So for that particular reason, you stop. I mean, you are just claiming that, scholarships is just nepotism.
Yeah.
But you didn't know that you didn't meet the requirement.
All right.
Or you usually don't put all the recommendation letters. So all the time your application is incomplete. So there are people who either didn't get scholarships. Now by coming across my channel or my messaging, they know that, so they benefited by knowing the truth.
Yeah.
Whether they can get or whether they cannot get it, but that is one type of the benefit.
Yes.
The second benefit is there are some people who are going through to apply. They don't get it, but they know, yes, even myself, nobody gets it the first time. Yeah. And there are those who are applying and they're going to get it.
Definitely.
So that is another type of people benefiting from what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And then there is category of helping the parents.
Okay.
For instance, I've recently someone, my child is just finishing junior high school, Form 4, O level, whatever, or Form. I want to find a scholarship. So I tell you, there are it's almost impossible to go to get a scholarship for bachelor's degree. So you know the truth.
Yeah.
Or you have the money, you want to give your child to study.
Yeah.
So why do you want to go to study in England? Why can't you go to study in Sweden, Finland, Netherlands, Norway, Germany? Education is free. You don't pay tuition fees. Why do you need to go to study to pay the tuition fees in America and living expenses? While you go to Norway, there is no tuition fees. You just pay living expenses. So just by giving that simple information, I can save the parent over 20,000 US dollars.
Definitely.
So that part will help the parents.
Yeah.
But there are also parents, they get used to the boarding school in our countries. So you take your child to boarding school in Dar es Salaam or in Mwanza or in Arusha. Yeah. You think that you can take your child who is 17 and you drop in New York City. You are going to destroy your child. I don't say that every person going as a child there is a minor is going to be destroyed, but it's very complex. If I'm the parent, and for me, experience life in America, it will be better your child to be at least the age of 20 and above, to have experience, have a bachelor degree here, and go there. I would prefer that way. It will be maturity will help you. It's not just about education, it's maturity. Yeah. Because you are here, you're living with your parents, living in the boarding school, the normal catch. You go there, everything is on your own. So I'm helping the parents also, just on the parenting, especially for people going overseas. Yeah. So that is just on the scholarship part.
All right.
But also people are coming there. How are you going to succeed there? Okay. Just by one message, one sentence like, don't drink and drive. We got used it to, oh, there is a traffic, we go have 2 beers and then go home. You cannot do that over there. Yes. If you do that, you can destroy your entire life. Driving under influence. Going there and starting beating your child, beating your women like you are doing in Africa, that is not acceptable. Okay. So just simple things like, okay, these are the basics to change. So there are so many things like, okay, if you come there, start with a normal job. Maybe these are good causes.
Behavioral changes. Yeah. Adaptation as well. So
all those kind of things are they're helping people to start. And some people, they're not there yet. But for me, I was going there. There was no blog. There was no YouTubers explaining what to expect. Yeah. So everything, yes, I went quicker, but because I researched most of the things, but there are no immigrants with the same quantity I'm having right now. Yeah. So for me, being there now, making this, so someone is not there yet, but I believe someone watching my content, if the day I arrive in Sweden, the day I arrive in Germany, you are not a stranger. You are just in the top of stage. Yes. And your success, it will be, these are the type of immigrants you want in Europe, in America, in Sweden, whatever country it is, because you are coming there, you are going to succeed, you are going to become a good citizen for that country and also your home country. Definitely. Never forget where you're from. Never forget where you're from,
because that's your root and that's what makes you. I have heard you speaking, and most of your words or sentences have a word content, have a word of media platform, and above all, the word post can repetitively be actually spoken through your mouth. Posts. Speaking of posts, now takes me back to previously we used to have a mainstream media, whereby if you want to tell anything to the world, if you want to bring any information to the world, you have to go to the radio. You have to beg. You have to beg. You sit down, you kneel, you have to beg. Yeah. You have to push using money, to bribe some people to get at least 5 minutes, 10 minutes of the thing that you want to say. I think that is one of the things that has limited a lot of potential people. Because some of them failed to penetrate it through the doors of the mainstream world. But recently, we are out of the mainstream scope. We actually have a social media platform instead of a mainstream media platform. So through online platform, people do a lot. You call yourself a YouTuber, a podcaster, and you're not calling yourself. The world is calling you because you actually do that. Yes. And you deliver your content through this mainstream, actually through this media. Now, coming to the very important question that I would like, and the world would like to know, what is the challenges that you as blogger, you as YouTubers face probably during the process of preparing it? But again, because some people say, I don't have an account, I don't know how to go about it, But again, what exactly do you think, why people, mostly in African continent, especially Tanzania, fail to utilize these resources fully? Yeah. And again, if you can add into that, what do you think that technology is actually into the right hands of the Tanzania? Because I remember Ruge's words. He said you have to afraid only two things: God and technology.
Exactly.
So the impact of technology, do you think again that it is in the safe hands in us? Are people ready to actually utilize it? Are they utilize it effectively or not? So we can just have a varied discussion around the aspect of a social media platform.
Yeah. Previously, we used to have the normal traditional way.
Yeah.
By traditional way, starting with the books, I'm giving an example.
Okay.
You want to write a book, you have to go to a publisher, beg. They read this, or even they're not reading, put your manuscript somewhere there. But now, you can just sit, use your phone, talk, it records, it types on for you. You take that one, you put on Amazon for free.
You write a book through your mouth.
Yeah. And then you upload your book there, you make a book cover, everything is approved.
Yeah.
Just you're at your bedroom. You don't need to go out of the bedroom. So if you're asking me, are Tanzanians or are the youth in Africa who are crying for not having jobs, which is true that there's no jobs, and I'll tell you why, are they utilizing social media effectively? No.
Definitely.
Why? There are so many potentials. Sitting on your couch, you don't need to go out. You can make so much things. So just like a book. Ask, now there is Alikiba, there is Diamond, there is Harmonize. Ask them, what is your book?
They don't have. They don't even know what the book means.
Ask General Makamba, Zito Kabwe, the politician, what is your book?
They will show you.
They are waiting, and some they are doing that, but some they are waiting until they are all like the late President Mkapa.
But they are writing the process of living.
Yeah, but what is we need to do is people should use effective in that particular area.
All right.
That's number one. Number two, we have to change the education system.
Educational system.
The purpose of education is to impact someone's mind, to unlock the potentials. Someone, even if he's going to sell tomatoes, is selling in a professional, competitive way, researched way.
All right.
That's the only way to solve problems, complex problems, in a very simplified way. That's the purpose. Not just to finish that to get the job. At the university, right now, communication skills, they are not teaching Instagram, they are not teaching Facebook, they are not teaching WhatsApp, they are not teaching all the social media.
Sure.
The teacher himself or herself doesn't have that account. In the end, you find youth, college students posting unnecessary posts, and they are going to cost them, if to become a minister, to be appointed as working with the United Nations, or to get good deals because you are posting stupidity.
Yeah.
You can be upset with the national team coach for the national team, but if you say certain words, you can be so upset with the CCM or Chadema. But the comment we're going to put in the right time, because we talked about the late Luge, when he said technology and God, means they never forget.
Yeah.
So if you post there, say this is CCM, blah 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 blah, bad words to the president or the chairperson of the CCM, that comment will be still there. You are commenting, these Americans are beberus,
will remain forever.
Remain there. The next day, you're a minister of foreign affairs of your country, you are going to ask for the visa out to go to represent your country.
They remind you.
It's still there.
Yeah.
So no matter how you're upset, put that comment in your own head, talk to you on your own mind, don't post it somewhere. So people should be taught those kind of things.
Yeah.
You can be team A versus team B, don't use certain words on internet.
Yes.
They are going to capture you. So people are not utilizing words because they go full front and they're going to get upset. Apart from that, we're talking about the media. I don't need to go to the TV to have the interview. I don't need to go to start mass communication and finishing just waiting for the newspaper to hire me.
Yeah.
While you are first year, professors at the mass media communication, whatever it is, journalism, surely require all students to have a blog as a command. Because that is the ground to practice. You have to be a blogger. That's you're a political science student, yes. I want to every week. I want to write a blog post about political analysis, about budget, about constitution, about rule of law. Just I want a post.
Yeah.
You cannot call it political something where you are analyzing what you have never even published anywhere.
Yes.
Just start with that. You're an economist, no problem. Instead you become analyze the economy. I want to post. So the day you are going to be given to be writing on the daily news, you already prepared the writing.
Yeah.
To the audience, not writing for the matter of presentation, according to so.
Just focusing to the audience.
Yes. So that is something else people should do. Nowadays we have these phones. The phones which have everything.
Yeah.
We have app called Anchor, which is used for podcast. You are student. Podcast in a simple is radio. This one is free of charge. Why can't you have a radio? Yeah. Your dream is to become a producer. Your dream is to become working with such a podcast. No matter people whether they are listening, they are not listening. Do that.
Yeah.
You want to be to become anybody, start using a YouTube. Start interviewing people. Build your own platform. Larry King, let's repeat now.
Yeah.
When he returned from CNN, what did he do? He took a microphone, put on his basement,
I was shocked.
in the garage.
I was shocked.
With a 2 sofa, and he's bringing someone to sit there.
I was shocked.
Who bought Larry King? So from Larry King, that one, live to Larry King now.
I didn't know what happened.
From his basement.
And someone must be asking, what did he behave that way?
Because nowadays people you don't need to go to the TV.
Exactly.
Everything is there on your phone.
Exactly.
There is someone who's called Logan. That guy is called the father of podcasting.
All right.
What he's doing is putting the camera there in his house. He's recording. He's bringing a guest. Or he's talking a topic, but he's talking longer. So what is the YouTube live on that one?
Yeah.
And the same content, podcast. Spotify came to buy all his content to be on the podcast.
Yeah.
Guess how much did they pay them?
How much?
$100 million.
$100 million.
So they moved the YouTube content to the podcast. So it's the same content. It's just on YouTube and over there on podcast.
And he's been paid a lot.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is, people should not focus on the jobs you go, wear tie in the morning, go to work.
Yeah.
If you ask what is your dream life,
we don't even have dreams. We have nightmares.
For me, 5 years to come, my dream is not to be hired by anybody, just to be a YouTuber, to be a podcast, to do all these things, writing books from my home, just to be on my home, do everything using these platforms.
Yeah. So there is so power. The social media is so powerful, to the extent that if we learn how to use them, we can definitely change the world and impact it to the largest. But I have learned, probably from you and others, that we believe that everything that we do is a result of information and the knowledge that you have been acquired.